Robert here. So, Sunday morning. I didn't think I was going to get a video in this week because I procrastinated. But they are working on our air conditioning today, so I'm trying to get something recorded. And I woke up this morning and I had left my baritone out of its case overnight. That's a habit that I've gotten into during the social distancing and all of that. That when I get something out of the case, whether it's to play it for 5 minutes or an hour, I leave it out, and then I'll typically put most of them back away. Um, but I had taken this one out to take a picture to compare this against my ukulele, which you've seen in a couple other videos, and I just left it out. So when I woke up this morning, this was the first thing I saw. I'm like, oh, cool, it's out. And I grabbed it and just started playing. So I started with that kind of groove, the right. And then I started. Here's a trick with uke, baritone, ukulele, whatever. If you palm mute, so you just kind of set your the heel of your hand right over the saddle. It cuts out some of the attack and it gives you more of that bass tone. So I started doing that. Then I started playing with those kind of funk blues scale things in there. And then to be able to play what I wanted, to get that evolution from just that bass line to kind of a back and forth with the bass line and then that chord progression that's a little bit different, I wanted a metronome or something behind me. So I could have used Soundbrenner's metronome app. I just had like a kick and a snare on 1, 2, 3, 4 alternating. But I opted to use Nano Loop, which is this. I'm using an old iPad here, but basically it's this chiptune app that was developed by Oliver Wichow for the original Game Boy, like taking advantage of the music creation options of an old Game Boy. So he has since released it for iOS and Android. Obviously, I'm not using it on my Android because that's what I'm using to film. Thanks, Samsung. But yeah, so I just did a quick 2, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, right? And I just kept that as a metronome behind me, so I could develop that like. So, 2 takeaways from this video. Whatever instrument out is the one you're going to play. So if you're able to, if you have a safe way to do it, keep an instrument out. It doesn't have to be your $5,000 ukulele or your like priceless Martin guitar or Fender Strat or whatever. If you have an instrument out, that's the one you're going to grab first. And it doesn't matter, like my baritone was $80. It was the first ukulele I bought. It was actually a birthday gift. And I still play it pretty regularly, but not as much as some of my other ukes. But this is the one I grabbed because it was out. Second, explore other things. If you can find a metronome app that gives you some drum beat kind of grooves that you can play over, or something like Nano Loop There's a ton of free music apps for iPad, iOS, all that stuff. Combine the two, and it can be real simple. Like creating that funk beat took me 5 minutes, you know. So I hope you enjoyed this quick one. I do want to record a couple covers. So I'm working on Not the Doctor by Alanis Morissette. Jagged Little Pill is going to be 25 years old. So that makes me feel incredibly old, but it is one of my favorite albums. So I want to do a cover of that. I also want to acknowledge everything that's going on in the United States with Black Lives Matter and do what I can do, covering some black musicians and kind of learning from their songs. So may have some covers there as well. If you enjoyed this little morning Sunday groove, hit that subscribe button, like the video, comment below, let me know what questions you have. Yeah, we'll see you again soon.